Hey guys, welcome back. Chris, Black Rifle Survival. Had an awesome chance to review a product from a company called Reactive Outdoors. They've sent me a tent to review, the 3-second tent, but they abbreviate 3-sec tent. Wanted to show you guys what this is all about. I'm excited to throw it up. Literally set up in 3 seconds. So we're gonna break into this right now and we'll find out what's inside. Okay, breaking into the box and the packaging. This is how it came from them. So it is waterproof and nice. So checking out the box here. There's the front. All right, let's break into it. All right, guys, I'm gonna step away for a minute here and grab a mic. I wanna make sure that you guys hear the audio really clear as I go through the details on this tent. All right, back again. Hopefully the audio sounds much better. So back to the 3 seconds tent. We're gonna bust this out, throw it out on the table here. Obviously, I'm not gonna put it open on the table, but we're gonna take it outside, check it out, and we'll do a close-up. I'll check the seams, the zippers, the rain flies, and let you know how much space is in there. I'm 6 foot tall, so that's 72 inches. I'll lay down in there and see how much legroom or headroom I have. So I'm gonna read the specs off here, kind of get an idea of what's inside. Sets up and down in seconds. Conventional tents, they're talking about what it does and what the other competitors do not. Comes in one piece, so I'm going to check to see if there's a footprint for a rain fly, and the tent itself, we'll check the ground tarp on it. So I think this will be good. Okay, they say holds up to strong winds with stakes and guidelines. Durable, long-lasting fiberglass structure, so it might be carbon fiber tent poles. We are looking at a waterproofing of 3,000 millimeters, so metric. I'd have to convert that. It does have a rain fly. They say comfortable and spacious. It does have mesh windows to prevent insects from entering your tent. And the quality is a 210 Delta Oxford fabric. So we will check that out as well. So yeah, let's just do it. I actually forgot to mention, besides the easy setup and leak-proof guaranteed bathtub floor, there are 2 doors that you can enter from. Mesh windows, we carry bag included, so everything is all inclusive in this. Let's bust it out. Box picture, that's what we're looking at. Now let's take it outside. All right, guys, we're outside now. Let's set up this tent. So we'll open this up here, checking out what's inside. We got styrofoam. There we go. Reactive Outdoors. So this is the carry bag. Again, I'll get the dimensions and the weight for you guys. But they say the 3 seconds tent, pretty much self-explanatory. So rolling this back out here, we do have a footprint that is included. So I'm seeing a nice ground tarp. So we'll pull this out here. Looking for anything else. So I hear the tent stakes. Okay. So we've got redeem for your gifts to scan that. So with the pieces laid out, you've got your carrying case here that you put the tent inside. It has a pocket already individually. I'm hearing tent stakes inside. So I can go ahead and pull these out. So you have your individual tent stakes. Looks like we got 8. Yep, 8 stakes. Your guidelines for tensioning out once the tent is put up. You do have instructions. I usually don't read instructions. I just kind of go with it. So that's what we're going to do. We're outdoors. So I did mention that it does come with a rain fly on the tarp here. So it's a little square. These will be attached to the top of the tent. We'll assemble it and I'll throw that on. The first things first, put down your footprint. Generally, you'd want to clear out the area that you're setting up. So rake away any of the sticks, bark, things that'll punch holes in it. But for this review, we're just throwing it up. So it's not a perfect square, it is rectangular. These are on elastic bungee cords, so you can tension this out. But I would not pull too hard because it's a thin tarp. You don't want to pull it from the seams. So make sure you don't lose these unless you want to use paracord. Good old 550 works for everything. So we will roll this out. As far as I can see, this would be the top, it looks like. So I'm going to start off with it just in front of me here. and stand up. And what I do like to do is I will put my foot underneath the tarp so I'm not stepping and punching holes in it while I'm trying to get it set down. But this is the 3-second tent. They have jointed arms. These are like the carbon fiber poles. So it should have 4 sets coming out. Get these legs out. Make sure you don't step on those. You don't want to break it before you even get it up. And so from here, got one more leg to throw up. If I can get that. There we go. All 4 legs extended. We'll go ahead and lift up here. Go. Get that. So with this, you'll be able to actually just push down on the top, and that will lock in. So this is your locking mechanism to disassemble. You just lift up, but it's nice and easy. Make sure the bottom of the legs are actually down and they're not caught up in anything. So you can bounce the tent, kind of air it out here. But at that point, you know you're good. Just push down here, and that should lock in. We do have 2 doors, one in back, depending on which side you set up the tent. Doesn't really matter, but you can enter and exit out the back, out the front. Kind of give you an idea of where we're at here. The zippers, I don't know if they're YKKs. Working with the doors here. It does have mosquito mesh netting, which is nice to keep the bugs out. It looks like it's a half zip, and I got rolls on the inside. It does have tie-ups, which are nice, so if you wanted to roll your door up, you're able to. So this would be what I'd consider maybe a partial 2 to 3 season tent. It's definitely not a 4 season. It does offer adequate coverage and simplicity for setting up. So the 3 seconds, now that I know how to set it up, it's quick. It's very quick. 3-second tent. I'm liking it so far. As far as the quality on the seam and stitching, seems well built. It does have seal tape on it, so that will add to the waterproofing and durability. As far as the floor, it is also seam sealed with the tape. Again, you want to protect the floor as much as possible. Condensation could be a thing that you're looking for later on camping. From what I'm noticing, there is a wide open area. You can detach from up top this cover, which will allow you to look at the stars if you didn't want to have that cover on. I'm assuming you could just throw it over and leave it as is, but for this review, I am not going to take that off. But if you step outside the tent on the top, I'll show you how to put the ring cover on. As you can see, it is enclosed already without a ring cover, but this is just an additional piece they have. And there are clips. I'm going to do all 4 here. Just additional protections for you if you need it. Here you got your first layer of protection from the rain elements, following down to the second outer shell here. And then you've got your third, which is going to be the bottom of the bucket. That's where you're staying. Your gear is going to be in there. You want to make sure it's dry. The D-rings to attach that to the top. Okay. Will be in here. Those will be on. Then you're going to go down. There's going to be another D-ring right here where you can utilize either your guide lines and the tent stakes as you pull them out to tension the tarp, or the tent, to make sure that it stays where you want it. So try to find a tree to tie to. You could tie to the ground, anything like that. So working our way down, the last part here, tent stakes. I'm noticing there is a groove here, so it looks like you can adjust the style for the stake in here if you wanted, and you'd be able to place it through here. It's pretty much really simple, easy to go. They do come with instructions on here. I really like the outside of the tent, and the setup was pretty easy. So what I'm going to do, I'm again 72 inches, so 6 feet tall. I'm going to go ahead and lay down inside, see how much headroom and legroom I have sitting up, and then also kneeling, because when you're moving around in a tent, you're going to be looking for stuff. You don't want to be hitting your head on everything, so it gives you kind of an idea of the size. This is a 3-person tent as advertised. Let's see if it's a 3-person tent. Okay, so we are inside the tent. This would be tensioned out. Right now everything's slack line, so laying down here. If that had more tension, again, my toes are touching the edge, my head is touching the edge. So I would say comfortably a 1 to 2 person, small person. It's okay, bud. It's okay. Good boy. These are the Black Rifle survival dogs. You guys know them from my channel. I've had them fishing with me. I did notice that there is a pocket. So if you want, you can throw in your cell phone. So as far as headroom, I am sitting up. I've got at least maybe 9 inches of clearance. Again, I do see a spot where you can hang a lantern. You can hang a light. All right, guys. Well, this is Chris with Black Rifle Survival. Really enjoyed this tent review. I hope you did too. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. And I'm going to leave descriptions in the comments below so you guys can follow that. If you're interested in visiting the site for Reactive Outdoors, they will have the links. So check it out. I think Ranger approves it. I approve it. And time for you to get out of here so we can go camping. Take it easy. Black Rifle Survival. See you later.